So as I mentioned, this is the content of our course, as you can see, and you can see here the overall assessment we have in the first or in the during the complete semester, as you see. So let me again use the laser pointer, please, and let me turn to the next slide. So what about the course assessment, or what about the project? As you can see, we have a group project. Actually, in order to design a group project while we are going on online teaching, this is somehow difficult, because usually group projects are based on the concept that each group of students are working together to have a final report or final output. So we make it somehow round. So we have a group project, but this group project is in an individual assessment per students. So let me describe it in a better manner. In our course, as I mentioned, we are dealing with materials and devices. So our group project will be based on, each group will be consist of two students. One student will deal with the a certain material, and then the other students will deal with a device that integrate or that use this material. So for example, I will choose silicon as a material, and my colleague will choose a device that includes silicon. From which list you will choose these devices or these materials, I will show you within seconds. So the concept is to couple materials and devices, because material and devices are really coupled. This is an example. If you would like to have a flexible mobile, if you would like to say that, okay, we are a startup company, and our target is to have a market share with respect to Samsung, Huawei, and Apple, is to have a flexible mobile. Your first step is to find a flexible material that can make a flexible mobile. So in order to have an electronic device, you first have to think about the materials that will be used to fabricate this electronic device. That's why we are creating this coupling or this association between materials and devices. So simply a material and a device that can be fabricated by this material. So this is the concept of our project. Again, I will show you more details later on. Okay. Another issue, and in order to make sure that you are going well with your project, is that we are going to use what's called a milestone. What is a milestone? This is something like a regular follow-up meeting. So now we are in week 1, we publish a project. Then we will give you a deadline, but most probably it will be the end of the next week, which is week 2, in order to format or distribute yourselves into a group, each of 2 students. After that, in every odd week, we will have a follow-up meeting. I mean, week 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. Not, of course, it will be not 11 because the submission in 10. So it will be 3, 5, 7, and 9. In every week, we will have, in every odd week, we will have a follow-up meeting. Of course, it will be a virtual follow-up meeting. It's not an evaluated meeting. It's a follow-up. So you can share what you did. You can ask questions. You can ask for help. You can ask for more sources. So this is the main concept of such a follow-up meetings. Of course, again, I will go more details maybe in the coming slides about how we will make such a follow-up. Okay. The second issue is the technology enhanced learning. Okay, believe it or not, this slide was in my presentation for the last year before Corona, before the COVID, because we believe that in electronic engineering department, we should use technology in our teaching. Once maybe 3 or 4, 5 a year, I was attending a course in a very famous university in Netherlands. It's called TU Delft, or Technical University in Delft. And the instructor in the course asked us a very important question. It was actually one of the standard engineering course, but it's an advanced course for postgraduates, for PhDs or something like that. He told us, what do you think the difference between the course you are offering now in 2017 or whatever the date, and the same course that has been offered 20 years ago. Most probably the technical content are somehow the same. Maybe during the 20 years, some, of course, upgraded theories has come, but the fundamental science is the same. For example, when are you dealing with calculus? Calculus is calculus since 20 years. The differentiation of x squared is 2x. This is a known theory since 50, 100 years, whatever, I don't know. So what is the difference between taking a class in 1950 and taking a class in 1980 and taking a class in 2020? Basically, the major difference is not in the science, because the science is the same. The major difference is that in the technology, how you can enroll technology in delivery. So this is something important. Now it's become something obligatory, because now we are dealing with online teaching and you are learning in a form of online learning. So we have to enroll technology by way or another. So how we are going to do so? We are trying to do our best. Of course, there is best than our best, but we are trying to reach the top that we can made concerning or with respect to our, of course, limited capabilities. So in this manner, we are offering a lot of alternatives. So let me now for some few seconds stop sharing and return to talk to you. Here we are trying to offer different ways of learning. Of course, one of these ways is to offer you some presentation with or voiceover, as I'm doing now. Another way is that we will have online sessions, online lectures every Monday. Of course, this is helpful, but we are trying to do something more. So what is something more? Let's start with some trials. So what about the whiteboard? One of the main disadvantages of the online learning that we don't have a whiteboard, but we can have a whiteboard. Let me try. Hope it works fine. So this is my small whiteboard. So I will try to use this whiteboard during the lecture whenever we have something that needs to be written as a handwritten. So for example, I need to draw a transistor. So this is the shape of transistor, by the way. You will learn it later on. So I can have some circuits or drawing or whatever I need. So this is some sort of writing. By the way, now you can recognize one of my very big disadvantages, which is my very bad handwriting. So I have to apologize in advance for that. Okay, so this is one way. One of the other way is to replace this whiteboard with a paper. What is the advantage of using the paper? Actually, for me, one advantage is that we can use this paper later on as a document. I can also share it with you. I can scan it and share it with you. So here as another way, so we can have this is a transistor. So this is called the gate, and this is called the drain, and this is called the source. So you will be familiar with such names later on. So this is another this is another way where we can have a written way or a written whiteboard, but in a form of paper. Then, as I mentioned, I can scan this paper later on, and then I can give it to you as a document, as an additional document. I will show you more about documentation later on while we are dealing with the e-learning. So this is a way. Let me now return to the main camera. Okay, so this is another way. We can offer more actually, by the way. There is another way here, which is called the electronic boards. So let me show you what I will going to do. So let me go to another camera. So sorry, but oh yeah, the camera is not perfectly adjusted. Now it's perfectly adjusted. I'm sorry for that. So for that, I need this tablet and this pen, and then I can start writing. So how you will see this writing, I will show you in seconds maybe. So very easy. So this is the board you are going to see, and this is, I will start writing now. So let me clear it first, good, in a good manner. Hmm. So as you can now see, I start doing the process. So again, I apologize for this very bad handwriting, but I will try to do my best to make it better in the future. So this is another way of making writing. By the way, in this live boards, I will send you the link. So you, as a student from your home, using your mobile phone, using your tablet, if you have, you can participate in writing, and you can write whatever you want. You can share your ideas. If you have a question and you need a whiteboard to explain this question, then you can use this live whiteboard in order to generate questions. Usually I am using, I am going to use two types of whiteboards. This an app called a live whiteboard, and also there is another famous app which is called Google Jamboard. We are going to use any of them. Both are accessible by everyone, and you can download them in any platform. Actually, the main advantage of Liveboard is that it accepts also the iOS platform. Google Jamboard works only on Android and Windows, and doesn't have an iOS version. This is the only advantage. So I usually prefer to use the live board, so that anyone with any platform can access the presentation or access the whiteboard anytime. So this is some methods we are going to use. Again, as I mentioned, there is better, and during the semester we are going to do our best to develop and to upgrade ourselves, because this is simply our homework every week to do you to or to deliver to you in the best way we can do this delivery. So let me now return back to the presentation, if you accept. And now let's say this presentation, now we can see, I believe, yes, now you can see my slides. So again, I will have to open the pointer in order to complete the presentation. So this is the enhanced learning environment. We are trying to make everything electronic. By the way, maybe not in this lecture, but in the coming lecture, I will show you how we can make even some experiments online, and how you can use mobile apps and some online or remote experiments that we are implementing for you in order to gain more information about our course. So this will be in the near future, inshallah. Okay, what about office hours? This is actually one of the very interesting issues. As far as we are going online, you will go to the university on campus only for one day. So in this one day, I believe that for group A1 it will be Thursday, and for group O2 or A1 Saturday and A2 Saturday. I'm not sure, but in always on Saturday and Thursday I will be available on campus, and I will be very happy to receive your questions. Just what I need from you is to make an in advance email. Just write an email, told me that please, I need to go, I need to meet you on campus on Saturday, October 24 from 11 to 11:30. Then I will say, okay, I'm available, or please, I'm sorry, I'm not available this time. Let's make it by 12. So just send me an email to me in advance, and then I will respond immediately. By the way, please expect maximum one day of my reply. I will never be delayed than one day, inshallah. So just send an email and I will make it immediately as much as I can. So this is the first way to have an one-to-one or a physical office meeting on campus, either on Saturday or on Thursday during your on-campus days based on your group. The other alternative is to have an online sessions, to have an online alternative. This is very simple. This link, you can find this link here, and you will find it also in my on the e-learning page. I will show you our e-learning page maybe a few minutes from now. So in this page, if you open this page, I will share the screen now. I will turn the share to the Google. Oh yes, this one. So this is my schedule. So for example, I'm recording the lecture on Thursday 15th. So the day is Thursday 15th. This is my meetings and so on. So in this schedule, you will find everything about my meetings every day. So you can easily, for example, here, you can go to any date. For example, let's go to the next week, which will start on 18th, Sunday. So now you can see my schedule. So what you have to do very easy is to choose a date at which I'm available. For example, I'm available on Tuesday 20. I don't have any afternoon meeting. So you can choose, for example, Tuesday 20 at 7 p.m. So then you will go to your email, send me an email. Please, I need to meet you online on Tuesday, 20 October at 7 p.m. Then within one day, you will receive a confirmation, or I would say, I'm sorry, I have some other commitments. Let's postpone it to another date. And then I can propose another date. So it's very simple. Just pick up the date, send me an email, and then I will confirm again within one day. I will send you a confirmation, and then we can have an extra office hours meetings. By the way, we are going to do the same manner while we are going to have the follow-up meetings for the projects. I will say that, okay, I'm available on Tuesday afternoon. So you pick up a date and then send me the time and the date, and then I will confirm, okay, I'm ready to have the follow-up meetings. As I mentioned, the follow-up meetings will be on the odd weeks 3, 5, 7, and 9. So this is another way where you can have an online office hour. So let's now return to the presentation again, and let's do another issue, which is the feedback. Now, basically, in any learning process, we have two types of feedback. We have a feedback from the teacher or the instructor to the student, and we have the feedback from the student to the teacher. Usually, the first one is from the teacher to the students, comes after the assessment. So, for example, after the first assessment, which is the in-class test, you will get your mark and you will get your feedback. This is somehow simple. But the other type of feedback, which is from the student to the teacher, usually it happen by default during the in-class lecture, because I am now standing in the lecture hall or in the classroom. I'm delivering the lecture. Then, due to eye contact, I can see your reactions and I can understand. Do you understand what I'm saying or not? But as far as we are going into a remote learning, online learning, of course, I will not have the ability to catch your feedback. So, for example, maybe after 1 or 2 lectures, you say that, oh yeah, this is a very, very, very boring lecture. I will turn off the mic and the speaker and the camera, and I will open the Zoom just for attendance, and then I will go to sleep. Maybe this will be your choice after 2 or 3 lectures. So, in order to catch such a problem, I have to collect a regular feedback from you. Please remember that such feedback is the only signal from me to make any type of adjustment to my teaching. If you did not make any alarm that there is a problem, then I will not expect that there is a problem. So simply, I have to have your feedback. So please don't hesitate to give us feedback. Don't be shy. Don't ignore. Oh, it has no meaning. I will say nothing. No. Don't please. So don't do so, please. So in the last lecture, in the last slide of every lecture, you will find this 2 links. This is a QR code, and this is a link. Both will guide you to the same platform, which is called a Zeeting platform. Actually, this Zeeting platform is a very interesting way where you can say whatever you want in any time you need. So let's make a try. Now I will pick up my phone and I will try to catch this QR code. So I don't know if you can see now my phone. Okay. So I use any type of QR code readers. So this is for example a QR code reader. What I will do is that I will scan this QR code. It will end up with a link, and then I will open the link. Okay, so what I'm going to see in this link. So I will try to shift the camera. Let me now stop sharing, please. And let me turn the camera to, yes, this one. So this is my mobile. This is typically what you are going to see in this app. So this is a very simple app. You just need to press. So the first question will be, I am interested in the lecture topic. So you can say yes or no. You say that the lecture is interesting or the lecture is not interesting. So just a very simple question. So I'm sorry. So my mobile turned off. I'm sorry. So this is the first question. Then we will turn to the next question. What you most like. So just what you just need is to type what you most like. As you can see here, just type what you most like. Then the next question is, I'm sorry. The next question is what you most dislike. What is the most bad thing? What is the most boring thing in the lecture? And finally, to what extent are you satisfied? Sorry again. To what extent are you satisfied with the lecture and with the lecturer and the content? So you can scale from 1 to 5, either totally disagree or totally agree. This link will be generated by the end of each lecture. So you can easily set your opinion. By the way, this is not a tracked opinion. So no one will know who are saying this, because this is actually a blind way of having a feedback. So please feel free to say whatever you want. Your feedback is always appreciated. Your feedback is always accepted, because whenever you said that you have a feedback, then this will count in a positive side to us, that you are appreciating what you are doing and what we are doing, and that you are seeking for a better and better delivery. And this is again our homework and our task. So again, let me return back to our presentation. I believe now you can see my slides again. Okay, so this is the feedback system. Okay, let's go about the lecture attendance coordinations. It's very simple. Actually, our lecture is on Monday from 9 to 11. Lecture, of course, is an online lecture. Usually, I start the lecture at, we have two tutorials. I will go about the lectures. We have two tutorials. The first is on Thursday for group A1 from 1 to 3. And the second is on Saturday from 12 to 2. On Saturday. So this is for group A2. So these are our regular lectures for every week. All our lectures and tutorials are online. What about the lecture time? Actually, based on a lot of statistics, this is one of the most important. I like this link a lot, actually. This is talking about the human concentration. And they are talking about that the human concentration is having this peak. You start with a low concentration, your concentration starts to increase till it's reached a peak, and then it goes down again. The average acceptable concentration time is limited to 90 to 100 minutes. So normal human being, normal person can stay concentrated in an event, in a lecture, in whatever it is, by maximum 100 minutes. Accordingly, we are designing our lecture in this manner. Usually, we will start our lecture at 9. Usually, I will try myself and my dear colleague Zahra to be online by 9 a.m. And then we will have, sorry, and then we will have 15 minutes for preparation. Preparing our online stuff, maybe start discussing with you what is your feedbacks about the previous lectures, talking together, something like that, just to prepare ourselves to be ready, because we have to accept that maybe someone can wake up late or something like that, so we can be all of us ready by 9:15. Then technically we'll start by 9:15, and maximum by 10:45 we will stop our lecture. So maximum our lecture will be extended for 1 hour and a half, which is 90 minutes. So our lectures, all our lectures will be designed in a way to be completed in 90 minutes. Okay, what about the course content? So here I have to go to another tab, which is our e-learning tab. This is actually a very important part in this outline lecture to deal with the e-learning tab and how we can deal with our e-learning. So I'm trying to log in my e-learning now. I log in successfully. So let's open now. Let me start to change the share to the e-learning page. I hope that now you can see my e-learning page, which is of course the same like your e-learning. So okay, so let's start to deal with this content one by one. So this is the assessment criteria. This is a standard document. You will find it everywhere in all your modules. Then you have, this is the module specification. Let's try to open it. The module specification, it's illustrate the aims, the content, all this stuff, the ILOs, the internet learning outcomes. Here's the lectures and the tutorials we have. We have 12 lecture and 12 tutorial, each is 2 hours. Here is the assessment, as I mentioned, the in-class tests, the project, and the unseen exams. Also, we have the reference list. I will mention the reference by the end of this presentation. So this is another important document in the e-learning. Another one is the coursework brief. So let's have a look on the coursework brief. This coursework brief indicates all about the coursework assessment. So in this module, we have 2 coursework assessments. We have a project with a 10%. We have an in-class test with 20% for 90 minutes online. So we will have everything about that. So this is the description for the project, and this is the description for the in-class test. All about the project and the in-class test you can find in this document. So what's next? Then we have the lecture bio. It's my biography, my short biography. Here it is. Okay, then we go to this link. This is the continuous Zoom link for every and each lecture and tutorial. So in order to join any lecture or tutorial, what you have to do is just to click on this link, and then you will have the open the Zoom, and then you will have the to attend the lecture. So this is a very simple. A very important note here, I will mention in a separated mail to you, inshallah, is that in order to join the Zoom link smoothly, you have to have your name as a first name, last name, or the first name ID. No fake names will be allowed to enter the session. I mean, if your name is iPhone, iPad, Galaxy S7, whatever, any name in this manner will not be allowed to enter the session. So you have to have either your first name, last name. So for myself, it's Sameh Abdul Latif, or Sameh Osama Azzat Abdul Latif, or for example, Sameh 123145, which is my ID. This is the identification. Otherwise, I will not be allowed. So this is very important. This is the pickup meeting link. If you remember, I mentioned earlier. So if you enter this link, you will find my complete time schedule across the week. So you can easily pick up which time you would like to make or to have a meeting with me. I'm sorry that for some reason it's now takes 2 time to load, but I will return to be little back. So this is by the way, I have another another link to the same document, which was here, so you can see it here. But yeah, I'm sorry. This should work by some way or another. I will check also the link. Maybe the link is not correct. So now this is a very important document, which is the course time plan. So let me start to download it and let me start to share it with you. What is the course time plan? In this document, you will find a detailed description about all the schedule of your tour. So let's take some example. I will again use my pointer. So for example, on Saturday, which it was the first day in teaching, you didn't have a tutorial. Your first lecture will be on Mondays. This will be online from 9 to 11 and delivered for group A1 and 2. This is the topic of the lecture. Then on Thursday, group A1 will have his first tutorial from 1 to 3. It's an online. Engineer Zahra will deliver it for you in this manner and so on. So every session in the semester is indicated in this table. So what you have to do is just to open this file, search about your group, the date and time, and you will have everything. Sometimes you will have this red colored sessions, which is a compensation session. For example, in the week 2, on Thursday 29, it will be an official holiday due to المولد النبوي الشريف. كل عام وحضراتكم طبعا بخير. Then we will compensate this session on Tuesday from 1 to 3. We choose simply Tuesday because this is your day off. So as a regulation from now, whenever you have an official holiday on Thursday, we will turn your day off into Thursday and we will have Tuesday as a normal working day. So for example, Tuesday will be used to compensate Thursday, which is 29th of October. This will happen 3 times across the semester. I believe this is another time because in 24th of yes, here I think this is correct or not. No, here in the 24th of December, this is the Christmas, so we will have our tutorial on that 22, and also the 7th of January, it's an official holiday, so we will have our it's the Coptic Christmas, so we have our holiday in the sorry, we have our tutorial on the 5th of January. So this is the compensation session. So this is the first important. The second important note is the assessment. The assessment, as you can see here, you have the assessment, the in-class test in week 8. You have the complete date and time for the in-class test. Project submission in the Wednesday, 23rd of December. This is a project submission. Project discussion. This is to be decided. As you can see, we will make a complete schedule based on the project allocation. So you can have this then you can have your project discussion either on the 11th or the 12th week. So this document again is a very important document. Please you keep in checking this document and monitoring your classes so that you can fulfill all your requirements without any delay. So this is what about the course. Then we will have the section for the lectures. Here you find lecture number 0, which is the current lecture, lecture number 1, the next lecture, and so on. Okay, this is another important lecture, which is lecture script. Usually, what I mean by lecture, let's open the first lecture, for example. What I mean by lectures is the PowerPoint presentation lecture, the same I am now sharing with you. So this is, for example, lecture number 1 about semiconductor fundamentals. So as you can see, this is the whole lecture. But you will find another tab which is under the title of lecture script. So lecture script is simply a script, a document that describes the details of the lecture. So every detail of the lecture, every word said in the lecture, you will find in this lecture script all details you need, all equations, all derivations, all data, whatever you need, you will find it in this lecture script. So for every technical lecture, starting from lecture 1, you will have an associated lecture script, as you can see in this lecture. So this is important. So this is the lecture script. Then we have the lecture recorded lecture. So of course, so far I didn't upload it yet because I'm just now recording the first one. So after finishing this record, I will upload the lectures. Usually I am using YouTube. So I am using a YouTube playlist so you can access the lecture everywhere or from any device. Then we have the lecture animation tools. This is the tools and the videos. For example, if you remember the video I showed to you in the beginning of the lecture, you will find this video here. If you can see that this is the YouTube link. Fortunately, this is so this is the video you have just see. This is the complete link of the video on the YouTube, so you can use it. And also this is another animation. We will use it in the end of this lecture. Here we will have the tutorial problem with answers. It will be added in this section. Then now this is a project. Okay, if you remember, I told you that the project will be in a form of a group project of 2 students. So everything about the regulations of this project is found in this lecture. Sorry, in this document. So you can find here all the specs needed of the project, all what I have described, you will find it in this project. Actually, how you can build the report, you will find everything. By the way, you are currently enrolled in the technical report writing course. So I expect to have a report based on the technical report writing specs. I believe you will make it in a perfect manner. Then, as I mentioned earlier, your project will be based on a material and a device. So you will pick up a material from this list. If you open this, you will have a sort of material, a set of material. You can use Google. You can Google these materials and search and learn to choose one of these materials. Then you will go to your friend who will join you in the group, and then you can set together to choose a device from this list. So this is a list of devices. Then you will choose a device from this list. So you will choose a material and a device. So let me give an example. So for example, myself and Zahra are in one group. I will choose carbon nanotubes as a material, and then Zahra will go to the list and say, okay, I will choose carbon nanotubes field effect transistors as a devices. Then we have a material, which is carbon nanotube, and then we have a device using this material, which is carbon nanotube field effect transistor. So your report will be based on that. Of course, technically, we will have, as I mentioned, a lot of follow-up meetings to ensure that you are on the correct track. And we will, of course, be available anytime to support and to help you. Okay, so this is about the project. So how can you check, how can you choose your project? Very simple. You will press on, I'm sorry, I have to return back, not to lose my e-learning page. So you will very simply open, sorry, I pressed something wrong. Okay, very simply, you will open this Google form. You will start to fill in your choices. So for example, my name is Samah, so please don't write only your first name, write a full name. So Samah Abd Latif. My ID 123456. My colleague is Zahra Ismail, and her ID is 112233. Dummy data, of course. And then I will select carbon nanotubes and the device associated, which is carbon nanotube field effect transistors. And then I will press submit. Okay, then I submit my choice. So what you are going to do is very easy. Just press this link and then write your choices, and it's over. We will get your choices immediately. What if you write twice choice? Then we will take the most recent one, the last one. So the old one will be deleted, and we will take the most updated one. So very, very easy in order to check your, or to get your choices. So this is the way we can use for selecting your project. Of course, during the lecture, I will announce a deadline to this selection. Most probably it will be the end of week 2. So this is about the project selection. Then finally, we have the online assessment and submission, because we will have as I said, the in-class test will be online, the project submission will be online. So the submission area, or the submission platform, will be located in this area. And finally, this is a previous exam. This is the 20 or 1920 final exam. You will find it in our e-learning page, so we can access the exam with its full answer. As you can see, the exam, the formula sheet, and the full answer of it. So this is all about the e-learning. Now I believe you know everything in the e-learning page. You can access everything smoothly and easily. And of course, we are always in help in order to support you whenever you need the support. So now let me return back to my presentation. This is about the outline of the course. I believe we now finalize this section in a good manner. Again, I will use my pointer and I turn to the next slide, which is the reading list. In this course, we are going to use two different references. The first references is Principle of Electromagnetic Material and Devices. Actually, this reference, we are going to use it in the material port, in the material portion, which is, as I mentioned, the 30 or the 35% in the beginning of this course. This is a very good references for CASAP. I believe you will enjoy it. By the way, it can be accessed in the university library, and also I can share with you an online or a soft copy if you would like. The second one is the solid state electronic devices by Streetman, one of the most famous references about solid state devices. Here we will use these references for PN junctions and for diodes, and it will be valuable maybe for 70 or 60% of the course. So this is the content of the or this is the reference list that we are going to use during this first semester.